Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome back to I think this is part 5, it might be part 6, but I'm pretty sure it's part 5 of my Suzerain Rich Capitalist campaign. So yeah, I hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas. I don't know how many people are going to watch this stream, but I thought it'd be fun for, just have it on. If anybody wanted to come hang out, I'll stream for a little bit like I did this morning. So, I'm trying to remember what we last did. Hold on, let me get this and bookmark that. Alright. Oh god, just knocking stuff over today. Hold on. Alright, so we were gonna get some results back from the Reform Committee. Yeah, this is pretty big. We're gonna change the Constitution. The reformists are getting loud about demands. I'm intrigued to hear the results. Good afternoon, sir. You waiting behind the door? Good afternoon. Merry Christmas. Hello there. History with Rover. You arrive at the exact second for all the meetings. Alright, how does it look? Situation is complicated. We're going to make it work. We do accomplish things. We'll go over details in the meeting. There's lots to talk about. I've heard we're not intending to support democratic reforms. We're making clear progress. You wouldn't block our hard work, would you? What's that supposed to mean? We could change the Constitution. You campaign to bring democracy. I'll be the judge of that. Some people in the USP who would support a new constitution with more executive powers. Getting support of the NFP nationalists would be our best bet on this path. We should try to reach a common ground with the conservative wing in our party to propose such changes in the assembly. Can we get it to the majority? Were you with your family yet? Hope they're doing fine. Yeah, I went to go see my parents just for a little bit. And then, you see, like, my family, we actually all live pretty close next to each other. So, like, yeah, I saw my family, and, I'm gonna see them again later on. Just came home for a little bit, rest up, and I guess also stream. Yeah, having a day off is a full day. Okay, we'll never be able to get the PFJP to join with us, but if you can get Khazar Kibner to work with you, our only main problem would be uniting our own party. Without the NFP support of 40 votes, we could never surpass the needed 166. It'll be tough to unite the USP with all the divisive wings that have formed, but you must make them follow you loyally. I'll make sure they follow me. Alvin Clavin and his reformist wing will be completely against you. He's responded negatively in the committee meetings. The conservatives may be persuaded easier. How many votes do they have? Conservatives have around 40 votes. See, so if you can get the unaligned to support us along with our loyalists, we'll have enough votes. So we need as many of the conservatives to support us. And there's only one key person who can help us get their support. You have Gloria Torrey. You can find common ground under solism. The problem will be not her, but me. I can't support this. Come now, Mrs. Morgna. There's no need for that. You should be aware of my position. That's final. I'm sure we could work something out with you, Mrs. Morgna. Do not doubt me, Nia. Alright. Supreme Court, they are an obstacle. We need 6 of the 11. We need to reach out to them in secret. We'll do what's... They'll support a just cause for the country and its future. Who's going to support our changes? We could reach out to Judge Edmonds, at extension Mr. Dalton and Mr. Martin. Harun Garaki will be the weakest link of the old guard. He can help us get the 6 votes needed. Come now, Miss Morgan. You said you were open to discussion. Cut in. Anything else, sir? Have you worked on a plan? Got a dossier? If we're going in this direction, I need everybody to focus. You have our attention, sir. We've established 2 points parallel to the demands of the reformists. I'll go through each of them and get your input. Section 1. Okay, so this is my this is Lucian. He drew up a more authoritarian constitution, which I very well might use. I don't know. We're gonna kind of see how things go here. So Section 1. Reformists want your absolute veto power to be removed or at least limited. We could potentially give them what they want by limiting it. It wouldn't cause problems since we already have the majority in the assembly. Or better yet, we could change the article according to their demands, but establish new loopholes for you to hold your veto powers. Hold on a second, I got a little issue here in the. I just gotta move here. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. Thought I was gonna sneeze. Uncomfortable. There we go. Woo! I just had this awful tickle in my nose. Let me go blow my nose, actually. I'll be right back. Woo! Sorry, Bendors. Alright. So, what kind of loophole? I like the idea. What kind of loopholes do you have in mind? We could define a process for the assembly to override your vetoes with a supermajority. While this limits your veto capabilities, if we do not define a time limit for the president to act on a bill, you could technically choose to take no action instead of signing or vetoing it. Without a proper definition of the process, it would be perfectly legal for you to ignore a bill indefinitely. A pocket veto? You think that's clever, Mr. Galad, but anyone who understands the law would see that hole. There's no way the reformers would be deceived by that. With all due respect, I will take my leave from this meeting. I don't think I have anything to add anymore. I cannot associate with plans of tyranny. I wish you a good day, Mr. President. We'll see what happens in the Assembly and the Court. Good day to you too, Mrs. Morgana. That's troublesome. Well, I respect her. I doubt that she's capable of creating major obstacles for us, but we have to keep close eyes on her. She's not our main problem here. That's true. We have bigger fish to catch. I'm really trying to think about, like, how I want to do this. I don't think we're going to make any specific choices here, so we're not really committing to the constitutional draft in this section. At least I don't think I am. Still, I'm slightly nervous. I'll move on to the second point then. The new constitution should remove the Supreme Court out of the constitutional amendment process. Not only popular, it would also strengthen our position against the judiciary. Yeah, that's an obvious one. I think that happens no matter what, really. Everybody agrees on this. Constitutional amendments will require a 2/3 system to propose change, but the judiciary will not have final say. So, yeah, what good does that do us? Can no longer block constitutional changes. Absolute authority is dangerous. Judiciary has power over every branch. They'll going to have bargaining chips. So, all right, appointment procedures of the ministers. Mr. Kepner clarified the Assembly should have a say in the formation of the Council of Ministers. They are potential allies. This is important to consider. This is another one that I think you just can't get around because, like, how are you ever supposed to pass this through the Assembly without telling the Assembly that they're going to be able to appoint ministers? It's really difficult. I can't imagine it working. Get the support of NFP. We can gain from these changes. I'm going to say we want to work with the NFP. You can establish a proper balance and get the support of the NFP. You can get a lot from these changes. I'd say keeping everything in the middle ground is a safe bet. No need to agitate anyone too much. I think what we're gonna do is... I think we're gonna say, let's push for comprehensive reforms. Because Lucian likes that. Lucian is the smarter one. Okay, I'll present input in a few months to get the draft. Thanks for the meeting, gentlemen. Okay, what's next? Meeting with Chief Justice Orso Hawker. How do I want to play the Orso Hawker meeting? I think we want to... What is this? L1 construction plans have started. Demands emergency be called. Reports of BFF activity in the capital. I was enjoyed the... Oh boy, gonna eat some meatloaf filled with cheese for dinner with the dab emoji. Cheese loaf! Dab! Yeah, I hope everybody is well. Okay, department sent several documents. How was, did you have a late night, Tenbright? You said the Spanish music was going long. Yeah. The department sent several documents which required my signature. Yeah, I signed a dozen of them. Another long day. I want to leave. Take a moment to relax. I heard a knock on the door. It was Lucian. Have a seat. I'm sorry I couldn't explain the situation to you in detail earlier. The Chief Justice insisted you on seeing this evening. He'll be coming shortly with Judge Mr. Garacki to the meeting. We shouldn't take them lightly. We may be able to cooperate them. I advise against that, sir. I do not trust the Chief Justice. We should... Livia opened the doors. Chief Justice Orso Hawker and Judge Heron Garachi entered the room. Just thinking here. Maybe we could do the state of emergency thing. No. We're kind of going like free market neo-lib, Democrat. Yeah. Yeah, so, but I know there's an achievement for, like, when he's going to ask us about the state of emergency or something. Yeah. Music kept going till 4 a.m. Couldn't get proper sleep. I just woke up. Oh, goodness. No Christmas morning. It's a Christmas afternoon. Yeah. Good evening, Mr. President. It's great to see you. Evening. Good to see you, gentlemen. Good to see you indeed. May I? Let's have a seat. Let's have a seat, gentlemen. We took our seats on two opposite sofas. How was your first couple months? Whatever. It's very busy, but I'm doing good. Stuff's happening at the borders. Troubling time. So, you probably know why we're here. You're here to bribe me. Heron Garaki laughed. I wish. We're only here to tell you that the Supreme Court does not approve of the attempt to change the Constitution. Neo-lib. In America, the term is kind of different from the rest of the world. Well, really, if we're being totally honest, in America, almost all political labels have lost all meaning, be it socialist, communist, neo-lib, conservative, Democrat, Republican, libertarian. And that's just off the top of my head.
We're only here to tell you that the Supreme Court does not approve of the attempt to change the Constitution. Constitution needs to be updated, sir. And the public demanded to give more powers to the President? Spare me the lecture. I know you have different ideas. Even if your proposal passes the Assembly, I will make sure it would not pass the Supreme Court. That much is clear. Say, come on, Mr. Harker. We can figure something out. We can, if you decide to give us a listen. Mr. President, you seem to be only partially informed of the current situation. Let us explain the reasons of our stance. Oh, please explain.
You can be pretty authoritarian and still neoliberal. Yeah, there you go. I once was at a bookstore and I saw one of those little Oxford pocket books, and it was like Introduction to Neoliberalism. I didn't pick it up because it was like they were selling it at full price, and it's just, I'm sorry, I thought this was a thrift store. But anyway, I just flipped through it, and I think in there was like a quote from Bin Laden, like Osama Bin Laden, and he was talking about like how he felt he had achieved victory. Oh my gosh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. No, just something just happened on my end. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What is that? Oh, shoot. That means I need to, hold on a second. I'll tell the story in a minute. I just need to switch some laundry loads. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Actually, first, let's get some ASMR, though, of me lighting this candle. Got my box of matches here. There we go. Lighting up the candle. There we go. Okay, be right back. This will be like 2 minutes. Just sort of gonna get cycling some laundry. Almost done, guys. I stepped on a sticker. Alright. Anyway. But yeah, I don't think we're going to do the state of emergency because, the state of emergency is like a different achievement, and I think one of the ones that I want to go for here is, where, like, you kill Hawker, or I think it's like you try to kill Hawker. So we're not gonna work with him. I think I might sometime, not anytime soon, but do like a Suzerain one where it's like a live stream where it's like we're just speed running getting getting achievements. Or like, for example, I think there's one where you get an achievement for signing 8 bills. And the thing is, if you sign that many bills, that means that you're signing some stuff that contradicts other stuff, like in terms of your ideology. So you're just like you're just like a child. You're just signing whatever's being put in front of you or whatever. So like obviously that probably wouldn't be a very successful run, but like that might be something where it's just like, okay, just keep going, you know, just slamming that space bar, getting through all the dialogue just to get to the bills and sign stuff. And in that same fashion, I think there's also an achievement if you veto 8 bills or something like that. Hello there, Aquinas. Anyway, rubber stamp president. There you go. Just yes. Yeah. It's like you're that bot in the Rick and Morty thing that's like simulating things. It's like, hey, how are you doing? Yes. Let's see here. So Swordland has more important problems and threats we need to face. Instead of nitpicking about some paragraphs of the Constitution, we have a potential war within our borders. Let's make this quick. I know that Swordlish security forces found stashes of Rumburgian weaponry in the hideout of bloodish separatists. KA-74s are roaming inside Swordland at this moment. As much as Rumburg poses a direct threat, it's clear they're also intervening in our country and weaponizing our minorities against us. It's not unprecedented to think that the Bloods will start their terror again with their new toys. Not to mention the fights that broke out between the left and right wing after the shooting of Bernard Circus. Communists are rising with the support of United Contana. The chaos is imminent for Swordland. And sadly, we don't see the administration taking the necessary precautions. You said you will not focus on the military during your term. Under current circumstances, that cannot be tolerated at any cost. I did promise that, but oh wait, no, how is it? We are taking the necessary steps. No need to worry. We hope that our police forces and our military is adequately funded during these times of conflict. Oh yeah, so the Bloodish Separatists have direct connections to the Workers' Party of Bloodia? So I think we've in the past gone over this, and that they, like, I think it's mentioned in one of these that it has been like decades since the two of them worked together. Like there was some sort of split. Hope CUG gets to a good ending this time. I sure don't. I'm going to be like a scumbag asshole. I'm trying to be mean to Sergei. I hope someone shoots me in the face. Then we can get that achievement. Alright, so. They claim otherwise. They may claim they have no ties with the Separatists, but most of their members used to be part of them before they formed the Workers' Party of Bloodia. What's this all about? The only reason they're in the assemblies because the they're not in the assemblies because of the threshold. Do you think that's Mr. Oh yeah, all of a sudden the reformists are trying to decrease the electoral threshold so that the Bloodish Separatists can be legitimized in the assembly to achieve their aims of independence. Do you think that's Mr. Mr. Richter's intention? I suspect his intentions are grander, but I wish the only issues with the Bloodish terrorists in Rumburg. The reformists suggested changes would also bring the communists, who were backed by United Contana, into the assembly. Do you see the pattern yet? Oh yeah, this is where the snowball starts to build, where it's like, it's a bloodish, reformist, communist, Arcasian conspiracy! It's just throwing the spaghetti at the wall, right? You throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. A whole lot of that going on. You're saying the reformists are working for the foreign powers? Haven't you been briefed by your security team? Yeah, we need to take measures against communists and bloodish plots as well as increasing our military budgets. Yeah, it's a communist, bloodish, Rumburgian conspiracy! And the reformist, yeah, plotting to weaken the president, which brings us important information we have. It's definitely something you need to hear. It could change absolutely everything. With all due respect, Mr. President, I think this is getting slightly ridiculous. Let the Chief Justice talk, Lucian. Of course, sir. The person in question is Mr. Franz Richter himself, the leader of the reformists. We have enough information to infer that he has ties with Arcasia. Yeah, that's right. Richter is a communist agent, millennialist agent, who is working with Arcasia. This is so, yeah. Swordland must be saved by proud patriots. 1923 will confess this again. Arcasia is aggressively growing their influence around the way. It's a Kontanen, Rambergian, Arcasian bloodish plot against Swordland. Yeah. And also it's like, and you have to do something, sir, but don't take too much power to do it. Yeah, because like he still wants the Supreme Court to have him. They did a good job at just like really making him cuckoo bananas.
Alright. All the pieces seem to fit perfectly. That is why the Supreme Court will be doing what it takes to stop these reforms and preserve the Constitution. How would you know that Mr. Richter has ties to Arcasia? We all know he's been in Arcasia many times because it's been documented, but what would you think if he had been making hidden flights to the country? He was hiding his flights to Arcasia? He was! He's been spotted in a hotel in Arcasia last year where they held the Conference on Economic Development in Volatile Regions. Right around that time, he started to influence the masses into believing that our Constitution is the reason for everything bad. His trip was not documented, nor was he an official guest of the conference. We believe he had a meeting with President Walker behind closed doors. Yeah. None of it is we have photos, they were taken, none of it's documented. How did you find out about this? Many Solus were already following his lead for quite some time, Mr. President. I cannot give away their identities, but I could give you the evidence. Official documents, the Swedish border guard, highlighted dates that showed no trace of Franz Richter's name, clear photos of him taken in conference in Arcasia, as well as remarks by lesbian and Arcasian citizens who claim to have seen him with Arcasian businessmen around the same dates. There was also an official transcript of one of his speeches where he claimed to be in Benfi on the dates of the conference in Arcasia where he was spotted. Lucian skimmed through the documents with skepticism, which slowly turned into surprise. These seem to be real. Of course they're real, Mr. Galad. They seem to suggest that Arcasia is behind the reformists. Their demand...
When it was like 5 minutes ago, you were saying it was Contana. Yeah.
These seem to suggest that Arcasia is behind the reformists. The demands will only benefit Arcasia. They want us to have a weaker administration while we face all these threats. This is clearly a plot against, Swordland. I bet Rumberg is part of their plan too. This could not be a coincidence. They are weaponizing our minorities against us around the same time.
So, I advise against jumping to conclusions. Constitution could use... Yeah, okay. So, he's now asking, you should activate a state of emergency, and we won't stop it. And I'm just gonna, we're just gonna turn him down. How do I want to turn him down, though, specifically? Nah, just decline. I'm skeptical about these, Mr. Hawker. I'll have to decline.
It seems you are influenced by Mr. Gallard way more than you think.
What's that supposed to mean, Mr. Hawker? Just, and he's just under the table. He's just cocking the hammer back on his pistol. He thinks the Supreme Court justices are mistaking a bunch of competing interest groups tripping over one another as a coherent singular group. Yeah, there you go, exactly.
Why don't you explain your agenda yourself, Lucian? You are swaying the president to ignore the national security threats.
You're the one trying to sway me into believing... How about go? Gentlemen, let's get back to the topic.
Do you want to talk about how we can fight against these reformists and the others, or did you make up your mind?
No, Mr. Hawker. I think this meeting is over. Or, let's hear the suggestions, actually.
We cannot wait for the processes of the Assembly to take care of these issues. You must exercise your presidential powers for a fast and effective solution. Suspend parts of the Constitution.
Yeah, okay, wait, no, we're gonna say no. We shouldn't escalate.
We can devise a plan together. Give me, you and me in a room, Mr. President. We'll make love, and on top of the state, and you can shoot thick ropes of emergency decrees all over this country.
And just, oh gosh, getting really crazy. I'm sorry to say we won't be cooperating, Mr. Hawker.
Even though you're aware of our national security threats.
Gentlemen, I think it's time we end this meeting.
Well, thank you for having us, Mr. President. Have a good evening.
Alec, hi! My Christmas is going well. Well, sort of. The gift I got for my dad, my mom was supposed to have ordered it a while back, and she didn't, she didn't in time, so it didn't show up. But other than that, everything is good. Yeah, I had a big breakfast. All countries under conspiracy against Swordland because Swordland will be the most powerful nation by 1980 if the liberal communist separatists do not stop it. Downright Nixonian.
That was not good. They clearly tried to threaten you.
You got a Mystery Flesh Pit National Park t-shirt. That's really hyper specific. But that could be good sometimes. Let's see here. What's gonna be my game plan here? Excuse me. I think what we're gonna do is, I don't know.
How dare they talk to me like that?
Yeah, we'll do that. This conspiracy is Tusk's fault! I'm interested in the game, see how far you can really get, as well as finish CSG's legacy with a completed Millenniumist campaign. Well, I did do a... Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. I did do a live stream of my Millenniumist campaign where I got the good ending. Of military alliances. National Park in West Texas operated from 1980 to 2007. 750 people died in 2007. What the heck? Alright, I need to look this up. Codian universe. Oh, wanna check it? Will you tell me this flesh pit ain't real? This is so specific. The Codian universe? I don't even know what that is. It's not real. I'll have to ask a friend of mine who's into horror about that. Some of the details. Did a gorilla playthrough and a comic playthrough. Oh, that reminds me. I actually need to text a couple friends of mine. Let's see here. He'll be doing whatever it takes to damage you. There's old parties, old guard sympathizers, blah, blah, blah. Be a dictator, it's not too late. Gonna go to the San Diego Zoo sometime next week. Oh, that's cool. Alright, continue. Isn't this the Griller playthrough? No, it's the Capitalist playthrough. It's get rich bitch playthrough. There you go. Alright, what are we doing now? Getting alerts all over the doggone place. It's not hospitals and Narble and this conspiracy must be the work of fairy godparents. Barbecue with Frank. Oh, speaking of grilling, I lit the backyard grill. It was myself and Frank at home. I wasn't sure how he felt about me at the moment, but I did know how he felt about barbecued ribs. Glimpsed the grill and the meat. He stepped outside to join me. Oh, you're winning, son? Yeah, so like, are you still bitching and moaning, son? Did I see the new spin-off channel of Kings and Gerald's Wizards and Words about sci-fi and fantasy lore documentaries? No, I did not. That sounds interesting. No, good for them. Well, look who's finally out of his room. Don't get any ideas, Dad. I'm only here for the ribs. And that, my boy, is how bribery works. Ha! What a great example you're setting. Let's see. It worked, didn't it? Everyone has their price. Remember that. I don't know, maybe I should go like, Tony, some sort of, I'm like Italian, I'm a gangster or something, being a little bit racist or something, I'm just like, the voice, I feel like I can't really, I'm not feeling that hot about it. Let me listen to some Scarface real quick, the remake with Pacino. Yeah, Scarface, Pacino accent. Hold on. Here comes the copyright strikes.
Where'd you learn to speak the English, Tony?
In school. He was from the United States. Just like you. He was a Yankee. He used to take me a lot to the movies, I learned. I watched the guys like Humphrey Bogart, James Cagney. That teach me to talk. I like those guys. I always know one day I'm coming here.
So where's your old man now?
He died. He's somewhere.
Mother?
She dead too.
What kind of work you do in Cuba, Tony?
Things I was this construction business. I work a lot with my hands. I was in the army.
Any family in the States, Tony? Any cousins, brother-in-law, anybody?
Nobody. Everybody stayed.
You ever been in jail, Tony?
Me?
See.
No.
Been in a mental hospital?
Oh yeah, and the boat coming over.
What about homosexuality, Tony? You like men, huh? You like to dress up like a woman?
What the fuck is wrong with this guy, man? You
Just answer the question, Tony.
okay? No. Okay? Fuck no.
No, I'm just still trying to get this.
Marijuana?
Never.
Heroin?
No, nothing.
Cocaine?
I want to get to the pussy line.
Just when I was a kid,
Oh, it got cut because he's got the scar over his eye, and then there's just the line where it's like, "How'd you get this scar? Eating pussy? How am I gonna get a scar like this eating pussy, man?" I refused to watch the new Matrix movie. It ended with Revolutions. That's right, that came out today. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna get it right. I still haven't seen Encanto. I want to watch that. So I can go. It worked, didn't it? Everyone has their price. Remember that. I'm like, rah, rah. What is this rah, rah, part of that? Look who's finally out of his room. God, it's look who's finally out of his room. Is that my boy? That's how bribery works. It worked, didn't it? Everyone has their price. Remember that. I'm an attorney Hungarian. Dylan Slavovich is back in town. Point taken. I don't know. Just prepare for the awful accents. It was rare for Frank to agree with anything I said nowadays. You termed! Typo! Game sucks! Dropped. Termed to tend to the fire. Here, let me try. He grabbed the fan and started quickly waving it over the coals. The fire roared to life.
He turned to look at me with a grin on his face, as if he was expecting praise. Don't act like you done something special, Frank. He gave me a blank stare and then turned his eyes away. I realized my throat was parched. There was a six-pack of beer in the kitchen. Frank, can you get me a beer? That's like even a little too polite. Frank, can you get me a beer? Yeah, I'll do it. Frank got up without saying anything, went to the kitchen and returned with a cold beer. Opened the beer. Yeah, no saying thank you. I opened the beer and gazed out at the city skyline. Father and son, we enjoyed the silence together. For a moment, my thoughts flashed back to my childhood and my relationship with my own father. My father was a rich man. We never had to worry about food, clothes, or anything else, yet he was nearly always away and constantly distracted on the rare occasions when he was at home. Now that I was the president, I was worried that I would end up just like my father, distant and absent from Frank's life. Dad, can I ask you something? Wait for him to think about what to say. It's just, I feel like there's so much you've been hiding from me. Dinner that night after the ball, you told me everything was under control, but it wasn't. I heard about school, the protests, the riots, and wah. Is there going to be a civil war in Swordland? I hope not. He let out a sigh. But what was it like back then? Uncle Peter said the two of you went through a lot. I'm not a kid anymore, you can tell me. Images of soldiers advancing towards me and my friends, weapons drawn, of people I knew, friends and neighbors being dragged through streets and murdered in alleyways. The shock and grief on the faces of fathers, mothers, and orphaned children. I don't want to talk about it. Hearing the faint trembling in my voice, Frank understood and pushed no further. It's okay, I'm sorry. I should have asked you about it. I know I don't understand how easy my life is sometimes. One more thing, though. I know you managed to not take any sides. Do you mind if I ask why? They're two sides of the same coin. Could be it. Yeah, it's like left and right. There's literally no difference between good things and bad things, son. There's only money. Plus coin, you know, rich. I don't know. These I'm really doing so bad at picking and like actually doing a good job on an accent for this character. Oh man, very not good. No voice acting job coming my way anytime soon. Let's see here. Frank raised his eyebrows, his curiosity still not satisfied, but sensing my reluctance to go on, he simply nodded. Sorry for bombarding you with questions. I know I complain sometimes, but my problems are nothing compared to what you went through. I think you should be nicer to your son. But 1, 2, 3, 4, join the marching Doubtless Corps. What? You're damn right. Your generation. Yeah, it's like you're damn right. Your generation will never understand. You know, fucking hell. Shopping. I said thanks, Dad. After I was just like saying, you know, fuck you, you little shit. Thanks, Dad. Alright, look at The Economist. Here's where I could really get my smarmy accent on. Or my proactive, synergistic dude. Orc accent, you boy.
Did you just turn into Peter Lorre? I don't know who Peter Lorre is, but maybe. So, upcoming government budget changes. As the top economy experts in the country, we've been... Oh, wait, that reminds me. I was going to look up something like... people turning into orcs. I wanted to look into this. This is apparently a thing. Let me try news. It's a bunch of, like... I don't know. Where did I see that? Let's see, the only thing I'm finding is something from Fukushima. And this is like a satire site. Where did I see? I don't know. You literally teach your son to bribe people, you jackass. Yep, that's the point. Alright, so anyway, let's just read The Economist. upcoming government budget changes. As the top economy experts in the country, we've been watching the upcoming changes to the government budget very closely. President Anton's first internal economical challenge lies ahead, and we will see if he can improve his capabilities as a leader who can think ahead. The potential ramifications of diverting the funding to certain governmental branches has always been a point of contention for any leader, and it is no different for this case. We'll see if President Rain can hold on to the promises he has given during the election campaign. This has been The Economist. There was kind of nothing there. Says I had a stroke. Good heavens, it was just terrible. I have to get myself some of the good hot tea. God save the Queen. Radicals saying I'm being undemocratic. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, what's next? What's this? USP report on reforms. Clavin said that without ministry reforms, we won't be able to stand behind the new package. Here's another guy I can't wait to fuck. They just screw him over. Alright, presidential visit to Narble. I was traveling to the snow-covered city of Narble in the Nargis region for the Rural Development Forum organized by the Ministry of Health and Ministry of Education. Gritty and hardy, symbolism stuff. Whatever, people being forgotten by the government. Here we go, Sergey time. We'll be arriving at Hotel West in a few minutes, sir. Alright, you guys, you know how this goes. We must steel our bodies, steel our souls to prepare to be mean to Sergey. Sergey. I'm sorry. Hold on a sec, I need to get a shirt on. Hold on. So, I have only one thing to ask you. Your enemies nuke them, does Trump? I'm the most democratic president of all time. Yeah. I don't think I could do a good Trump voice. Having said that, there's a lot of shitty Trump impersonations out there. That's why I don't try to do one myself. I don't want to add to the bad impersonations. I'd say maybe the best impersonations I've heard were, I had a friend play me an audio of a guy doing it. Yeah, and it was only audio. Apparently the guy was like a comedian, and he did a pretty good one. Like he had the cadence right. Voice was maybe a pinch too high, but he had the cadence and the structure and the subject as well going. He knew how to flow with it. Another one that was like, of course, physically a good one was in when they did that fucking. Actually, it was the same friend. Now that I think about it, he showed me that. Oh, an alert! Thank you very much, Alex Soner, for the super chat. On a morning from a Bogart movie in a country where they turn back time, you go strolling through the crowd like Peter Lorre contemplating a crime. Is that a song or something? I'm gonna look that up. But it was the mini series about Comey. I think it was called Comey Rule, actually. And it was what was his name? Brendan Gleeson played Trump in the second part. And like they dressed him up like it, just totally dressed him up to look the part. But also, I thought the body language was really good. The dialogue, no. I thought the dialogue wasn't too great. But apparently it's like it was straight from the Comey book. And I just didn't feel it. I don't know. Look at Mr. Moneybags here donating. He's the real capitalist bribing the YouTuber. Anyway, let's play the game. All right, I'm stalling because I don't want to have to be mean to Sergey. We'll be arriving at the hotel. Yeah, but then there's like freaking, and again, disclaimer, not taking sides. But you guys remember when the fucking vice presidential candidate to be of the United States, Tim Kaine was trying to... I guess he thought it was a Trump impression where he's just going, hey, I'm going to do this, believe me. It's like, bro, you're on television. You know that, right? Like, people are recording you. That was an awful, awful impersonation. One of the worst. Anyway. We'll be arriving at Hotel West in a few minutes. Sir. Can't say it's been a comfortable ride, Sergey. Ay, coño! I am sorry, sir. The roads here aren't the best. Let's see, Sergey started to smile under his mustache. Pretend not to notice. I pretended not to notice and looked out the window. Sir, I just want to say, it has been great these last 2 months. As you know, my wife Susan recently gave birth to our son, sir. And now my daughter just started at a very good high school in Holsort. You see, all of these are kind of nice to say. I just go, oh, congratulations. I appreciate it, sir. Truly, like, the game doesn't let you be mean to Sergey. It establishes limits. It's railroading me! I worried you wouldn't be able to afford the good private school if she scored less in the entrance exams, but I shouldn't have made my insecurity get to me. Erica outsmarts me all the time. I'm very proud to have a daughter like her. So that means she must have taken the smart... I can't pick an accent. Fuck me. So that may... You're the class... Oh, yeah. I haven't heard that song in a while. So that means she must have taken the smarts after her mother... He let out a laugh. She must have. My daughter looks up to the First Lady for inspiration, and it's not just my daughter, sir. She's an inspiration for almost all women in the country. But at the same time, it must be hard for the First Lady as well. All this attention, adjusting to this new high-profile life, and the husband, it is great responsibility. It is hard for both of us. It must be, sir. We sometimes forget the important people in life between all the responsibility and rush. You know, those we care for. Spare me your lectures, Sergey! Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. There was a long silence. After several minutes, Sergey attempted to break silence. Have I told you, sir, we named my son George. The doctor said he is very healthy, and thankfully so is my wife. Very good. Oh, very good. I must tend to my documents for a bit. Of course, Mr. President. Sergey sighed. I already started thinking about her university education, especially Erica. I want to send her to a good private school, but with the current state of the economy, it's going to be hard for us. I can pay for the education of your children and cover the expenses of your family. Oh no, he shouldn't have been poor. We'll fix the economy one way or another. If anyone can, it's you, Mr. President. The car hit a major pothole and a bump which lifted us up in our seats for a second. Instead of talking, can't you drive more carefully? I'm sorry. I will drive more carefully, sir. The motorcade began approaching the hotel. So, it's a nice hotel. We're getting out. Gestured towards the entrance. I exit the vehicle. I gathered my documents in my bag and I left the car. You know, spit on his shoe on the way out. The fresh air of Narwhal hit my lungs. People flocked to me. Handshakes. Whatever. We're going to do a briefing on the welfare situation, although we did just do a save, I think, there. Yeah, put it. Wait. This is the capitalist run, not the mean fucking guy run. Pay for it or I'm unsubscribing it. That's it. I'm levitating over the bell, so he's unsubscribing me. He was mean to Sergey. I'm out! Mountains are covered in snow. Pascal, spectacular view. Spectacular indeed, but if you look at the opposite direction, you'll see what Seoul's decades of neglect did to the city. Most of the people living in Narbal are workers, farmers, and their wives and children. They're breaking their backs for close to no pay, all thanks to greedy corporations. Wait, what's that one song? Freaking, like a Scotsman did it. Give me a second here. Who's the guy who did it? It's like Gregerson or something. It's a Scottish guy. Dick Gorgon. That was it. Dick Gorgon. Hold on, I'm trying to find the thing. I know that I like try to give her an Austrian Irish accent. Oh, close it. Where is it? So come all you workers who toil night and day. Wait, no, that's it. That's not it. In the factories and mills, in the shipyards and mines, we've often been told to keep up with the times, for our skills are not needed. They've streamlined the job, and with slide rule and stopwatch our pride they've robbed. But when the sky darkens and the prospect is war, who's given a gun and then pushed to the fur and expected to die for the land of their birth, when we've never owned one handful of earth? We're the first ones to starve, we're the first ones to die, the first ones in line for the pie in the sky, and always the last when the cream is shared out, for the worker is working when the fat cat's about. And then Pascal's going, Kiara, we have a meeting. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, so they're breaking their backs for close to no pay, all thanks to greedy corporations. Whatever. I'd much rather be in a whole sword right now. Our presence here will show... Now I'm turning her Scottish. Our presence here will show us we still remember Narble and other forgotten areas of our country. It's important for the people. If you look past the view, you can see the real problems. Real problems like poverty. Well put, Miss Walda. I don't need to tell you about my own experiences with poverty. I'm sure you have similar stories. Am I right, Mr. President? Thankfully, we've never had problems with money. Does this create a mystery flesh pit? National Park was located inside the Permian Basin. Superorganism and it had hikes and trails inside the creature. Permian Basin. Is that where they train the football teams? Create a secret police force to bully the poor because they're poor by throwing money into shredders in front of them. That's my personal headcanon for this reign, President. Well, I think I am going to go with the secret police. Yeah. So, thankfully, we've never had any problems with money. You know the saying, you don't know what you have until it's taken from you. You don't have to have been born poor to sympathize with the plight of the impoverished, much as you don't have to have been born a woman to recognize Sorlin's need for parity among the sexes. Okay, yeah, so they're just complaining about the women thing, staunch conservative. Women in places like Narble are denied any opportunity of advancement. Let's see here. Those of us who don't use our clout to help powerful men stay in power are denigrated as angry spinsters. I ask you, Mr. President, does anyone care that your strategist, Mr. Galad, doesn't have a wife? I've been wondering about that lately. Actually. Alright, Kiara, you've made your point. We need to do issue. Okay, yeah, she's just ranting. Let's see. All welfare, healthcare, and education systems have been decaying since the recession. Swordland's poorer communities are losing hope. Hopelessness and a lack of opportunity can drive people to extreme solutions. We're seeing increased crime, domestic violence, and yes, rising inequality between men and women. The capital must be prioritized towards the resources that matter most. Swordland needs more schools full of children instead of barracks full of soldiers, more hospitals instead of police stations. Yeah, whatever. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Mr. Clavin's back to me. Swordland has fallen behind most countries on the subject. It's my responsibility. It's my responsibility to ensure this is not the case. We shouldn't upset the businesses who are already struggling to stay afloat in the crisis. Because yeah, he's saying it's like we have to improve the rights of workers. So it's like, oh, but the businesses, they'll be angry. Let's see, we're gonna punish unsafety of the worker. I don't think this is the time for such a change. We have bigger issues. Maybe by that time you'll have changed your mind on this. It's getting cold. Let's head inside for the discussion. Alright, let's do the health overview first. I think that this is mostly just a, it's like, gonna just say, look, this is where... Yeah, I think we can kind of skip this one. It's just saying, look, this is the health situation. It's not great. Good point, Yara, Pascal, blah, blah, blah. In-depth briefings appreciated. Let's hear about education. Yeah, this is just reviewing the situation. What's the difference between urban and rural? Urban's got more teachers. You can imagine teachers not preferring desolate areas. Thank you. I'll fill in the blanks. So yeah, we're just saying, yeah, whatever. Let's get the fuck out of here. Reform plans for improvement. Look at this impoverished city. Streets full of potholes. The hospital barely functioning. The school half open. Sound like Chet Hanks? Who's Chet Hanks? Reduce the pay for the healthcare and then put it into the military. Yeah, that'll show them. The decay of Swordland's forgotten reasons has been going on for many decades due to structural corruption, which is fueled by capitalism. Let's not get into an ideological debate or take... Pascal, what do you think? Sir, there's not much to be said. I agree with Chiara, but it's also Gus Mancho's job to improve these areas. Yeah, right, whenever he's not drinking wine and investing in stocks. Like, are you supposed to be in charge of the farms or some shit, Gus? It's the responsibility of each and every one of us. Chiara is millennialist and unmarried. Lesbian! Actually, I do think, if I remember correctly, there's a scene somewhere where it's like it's her and Nia, and it kind of feels like Chiara's, you know, checking that out. So, but I could be wrong. But Nia's married, so ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna do it. Let's see. We need to transform. Greed and unchecked capitalism will not magically provide for the people. What are you working towards, Pascal? We want to improve healthcare in the rural areas. Get to the budget. Cut funding for every program. Hashtag Sigma. Yeah, no, when it comes time to figure out privatization, that's going to be fun. Privatization plan to promote private investments in the healthcare system. Could allocate extra funds. Isn't access to healthcare in rural areas an issue? Access is an issue, but not as critical as the quality in these areas. Lack of experienced personnel or equipment causes bad treatment, resulting in many deaths. I'm going to create this. Private healthcare increases the cost. Decision not to promote or state control would cost the people dearly. Tell me more about your plans. My plans require an increase in the government budget. I aim to solve the problem we highlighted with the allocated money. By building schools in these less fortunate rural areas and through fundamental changes to the education system, I will unlock the potential of all our children, boys and girls alike. I thought we had a quality of service program. Our statistics show disparity between urban and rural education. Could we do something about it or wait until it gets worse? Wouldn't the promotion of private education help create additional funds? Yes, but at what cost? I'm not a supporter of the private sector in education because at the end of the day, they are focused on profit first. My expectation from our government is that we understand and focus on the needs of the people. I appreciate your briefings and plans. I appreciate your briefings and plans. We'll reconvene at the budget meeting. It was a pleasure. See you at the meeting. I hope to see a change in direction. I think we covered all the necessary subjects. Thank you for your time. I hope you won't repeat the same mistakes again and again. Have a good day, Mr. President. People wearing clothes. There's hope in their eyes. They're excited to see the president, even though they're poor. Wow, maybe they do have value. Okay, here we go. So I think we're at let's see. I think we're gonna wrap it up here soon because I'm gonna do some cooking. Banning youth organizations. So let me check the decisions prompt guide I found online just to make sure. I don't think that there's anything here that's related to me being a capitalist or not, but stability. What we have here is the Stability Order of 1954, an investigation in the influence of the Young Swords and Red Youth organizations on the post-assassination unrest has concluded. Both organizations have officially organized or called for illegal actions, but several low to mid-level leaders from both have links to insightful actions that led to deaths, injuries, and instability. This allows us to ban the organizations. So we can either ban the Young Swords, which is the right-leaning one, the Red Youth is the left-leaning, or we can ban them both, or we can just not ban anybody. What will I do? What will I do? So according to this guide, there's nothing that like specifically makes me more capitalist, no matter which one of these I do. Public opinion's gonna go down if I do any of the bannings. Unrest will actually also go up for any of them as well. So I think we're just not gonna ban anybody. What do you guys think? You know what? Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. If either I ban them both or ban both. Ban them both. Ban no one. All right. So asking the community. All right, it's in there. And while you guys vote on that poll, we're waiting for it to. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So, while you do that, I'm gonna check the laundry. Hold on, people are watching. Well, then the poll should be fast, shouldn't it? Hold on, gonna stretch. Oh, goodness. Okay, vote please. Vote, vote, vote. Pretty tight vote. Every vote count. Oh, more people are coming in. Yeah, get in here and vote, y'all. I was seeing that there was 11 people in here. So, only a little over half of you have voted, so you could definitely end up swinging it. Yeah, some people are abstaining. Jeez. I'll give you guys another minute or two. Come on, please vote. You guys got the time for me to... See, it's 50-50 now. Anyway, so I'm going to get some water and then we'll call it. Okay, I guess we got all the votes we're getting. So, I think by one vote, the winner is banning them both. Winning the poll so then you guys can publicly see. Come on. I'm waiting for the budget. Come on, Joe, there we go. 55 to 44. So ban them both. We'll ban both the Red Youth and the Young Swords. And we save the game. Oh, okay, yeah. So then there. That's what we're going to do. Young Swords have been banned to restore order. The emergency decree declares the Young Swords to be an illegal criminal organization. The group is to be disbanded. All its members will be arrested effective immediately. The Red Youth has been banned to restore order. The emergency. Hold on, did our economy just go down? Did you guys see that? You guys saw that, right? Weren't we at 5 bars? Now we're at 4? What the heck? But yeah, Red Youth is out. Okay, we have limited human rights. We have limited rights given to the people due to the harsh security laws that exist. Oh boy. I don't think the people like that. But yeah, since we got that save file there, I decided to indefinitely ban the Red Youth and Young Sword organizations in Swordland. Oh, you know, Victoria 2 mod is that. That's specific. I like that. I just remember, don't I have an option later that I could bring them back? I forget. It might just only be the Young Swords. Well, but yeah, that'll be it. It's, you know, streamed for a little over an hour. Did some streaming earlier today too. We'll stop it. Thank you very much for joining me. I am Conquering History Games. You all have yourselves a very nice rest of your Christmas. I don't think I'll be streaming anymore today. I should be streaming tomorrow night. And let's see. And yeah, that's all there is to it. All right, so good night, everybody. And Merry Christmas.